What's up, guys? Now I'm gonna teach you guys how to play requintos to rancheras. And rancheras are really the only type of songs that we're gonna be talking about. I'm gonna show you guys different ways and how, y a los que no entienden, no saben hablar inglés, no se preocupen porque voy a hacer otro video en español. But for now, this is English. And alright, so just make sure you guys are tuned. You know, E, A, D, G, B, E. And keep in mind, I always refer to the strings by their numbers, not by their notes or letters. So the bottom one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so rancheras, how like if you're you're playing with a bunch of guys, like a little mariachi or a little group, and they're playing like a ranchera song, and you want to bust out, a nice little requinto, and you're wondering, but you don't know how. You're like, where do I go? Like what fret or what strings or what? I want to teach you guys that on how to on the spot know which strings to use, not necessarily which strings to use, but what notes to play or where on the fretboard, Now, I'm not going to talk too much about theory, like the whole reason behind, the whole theoretical, shit behind this, because I don't really understand the theory. I just know, I just know where. I know, there's going to be some theory in this lesson, but not a whole bunch to confuse you guys, So those of you who they know, you guys know everything about guitar, theory and everything, this video isn't for you. But for those of you, sort of, like me, who just want to get, want to be explained in a more simplistic manner, this is for you. So let's just get started. Alright, so I'm going to teach you guys 4 ways to requintear, to play requintos. So 4 ways. The first way would be to use the first string and the third string. Those two. The next way would be to use the second string and the fourth string. So the second string and fourth string. Now, the third and fourth ways would be to use, the third way is the bottom 2 strings. Hold on. And then the last way would be to use the second and third strings. I'm going to start you guys off with this video with the ones that skip strings. So, the first and third string, and the second and fourth string. These are 4 ways to, play requintos. Alright. So, okay, let's just start off, for example, the song is in the key of G. The ranchera song is in the key of G. It's in the key of G. And they're playing, you're playing along with a bunch of guys or girls, and you want to bust out something. So, it's in the key of G, which is Sol. El tono de sol in Spanish, sol. So, and you want to requintear using first and second string. I mean first and third string, which is which for G is the most practical way to do it. You would want to start right here. Put your index finger right there on the 3rd fret, the bottom string, and then your middle finger right there on the 3rd string on the 4th fret. And I usually play it like plucking in a plucking manner. What's it called? The 3rd string I always pluck with the index finger, and the bottom string I always pluck with the middle finger. Now, that's the home bass. Let's just call it the home bass, ¿verdad? Now, where to go next? These requintos, these patterns all across the fret, these requintos, they have patterns, and they always go by twos. So twos, as in like you see this shape. This is what I would call a shape, like that, because my fingers are right next to each other, but they're like this. It's like a picture. Can you picture it? This is a shape, just, right there, and this is another shape, where there's two fingers, right next to each other, but one's below one, like directly below one. This is one shape, and this is another shape. One shape, and another shape. Like that. And these are the only two shapes you will see using the, how I said there's 4 ways to play requintos. This shape, and this shape with the index and middle finger, and this shape with the ring finger right below the middle finger, are the only two shapes you're going to see using the 1st and 3rd string and the 2nd and 4th string. So, for example, G, a good little requinto lick would be like this. So I go from here to the 2nd shape, and I'm on the 5th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm on the 5th fret right here. This is the 2nd shape, like I said. Then I go all the way to the 7th fret, still using the 2nd shape, and I go back down. And remember how I said there's pattern? It's a pattern of twos. Well, you could go down. You start right here, that. Go to the 5th fret with the 2nd shape, like that, and then right there. See, there's 2 of them. 1, 2. If you keep going up, it'll go back to the 1st shape. And then you go out one more. It's still the 1st shape. You see there's 2. 1, 2. And then it goes back to the 2nd shape. And then there's 2 of them. And then you go down. It's the 1st shape. A 2nd 1st shape. It goes to the 2nd shape. A 2nd shape. And then back to home. So it's a pattern that I just know out of experience. So, and there's twos, right? So you could go down one. It's just a pattern that you have to get used to. So the home for G, or we're talking about any song in the key of G, any ranchera song in the key of G. So that's the home bass. Why? Because the song is in G, right? This string right here, this note that you're hitting with the index finger, that's a G. That's a G note. So that if you're playing a requinto using those 2 strings, the 1st and 3rd string, that would be the home bass. Like if you're if you didn't know, the song's in G. Okay, where's G? Where's G on the bottom string? It's right there. That's the G. So, and you would know, okay, it's a home bass, so I would be using the 1st shape, which is this. Not this. That's not. This is it. So any home bass chord, the shape would be like this. Like that. Using the index and middle finger. And like I said, there's patterns of 2. And remember, we're still talking about a song, a ranchera song in the key of G. So, and then the next one would be, and this could be for anyone, any song in any key. So, the next one would be over here. So, we're using these 2 frets, ¿verdad? The next spot would be on the next fret after these 2 frets. So, and this would be the 2nd shape. 2 fingers right below each other. And remember, patterns of 2. So the next one would be the same shape, but up 2 frets. So 1, 2. And can you picture it? Just watch me. Just watch me. That. So, God, I told you to stop calling me. So right there, home bass for G, 7th fret, 5th fret, and then 3rd and 4th fret. And then, like, remember, we continue going up. It goes back to the first shape, and that would be right next to this one. Let's number them, huh? All right. So this is number 1. Let's try it that way. So you can understand better. I'm just trying to help you guys understand better. So that would be the first one. This would be the second one. Right next to this one. And the third one would be skip a fret. So skip this fret. The fourth one would be right next to the third one. Using 2 frets. And back to the first shape. And remember, patterns of 2. The next one would be right next to those, right there. And continue going up. It changes back to the second second shape. Pattern of 2s. Skip a fret. Hold on. And songs to requintos, they, like in a mariachi setting, I mean, they do go up like all the way up here, but not all the time. So if you're just like improvising, like you don't have to go all the way up here. You can like stop like around here, around here is good. Seventh fret. That's a way to play a requinto too. Now, the trick to playing a nice requinto is to use this pattern and combine, just like, position them. But don't, sometimes it's not good, to go all the way back. That sounds good too, but you just gotta know what you're doing. All it takes is just practice and then playing around with it to see what sounds good with the song that you're playing. And I add vibrato to it. I shake my fingers up and down, while I'm pressing down hard on the strings. I go up and down really fast. And I use sliding techniques. Hold on. So I usually slide like that after hitting the third string. And we're just talking about G here. And I hope you guys can see what I'm because I'm really trying hard to teach you guys how to picture this without knowing too much music theory. So let's go back. So 3rd fret. We're in the key of G. Where would we be? We find the G. There it is. First shape. Boom, boom. 2 fingers on 2 frets right next to each other. And the second one would be over here, right next to those, but using the second shape. Go up 2 frets. Remember, patterns of 2. There's 2 of these. Now it goes back to the first shape, and it would be right next to this one, right here. On this case, for key G, would be at the 8th fret and the 9th fret, and then the 9th fret right here. Patterns of 2s, right next to that one is another one, like that. And then it goes to the second shape, right here. Patterns of 2s, 2 frets right here. You can stop there if you're in the key of G. And then back, if you're going back down. Right here, this is the 12th fret. These two fingers on the 12th fret. And then another one. This is 14th fret, 12th fret. It goes back to the first shape, which is right next to this one, right here. Another one of that. A second shape on the 7th fret. Another one of these. You can go back, and then back to the 5th fret. Back to home. I'm trying to figure out this one. And this is probably the only exception to that 2-2 rule. On the home bass, if you want to go down, below the home bass, you know how I said there's patterns of 2s? Like that? There's always 2 of these right next to each other, and 2 of these right next to each other. On this case, if you want to go down, it would go back to the second shape, this one. So these two are already if you're above the home bass right here. So you go, that's the first one, second one, third one, right next to that one, it's the 4th one, right next to that one, 5th one, right next to that one, 6th one, right next to that one, 7th one, 6th one, 5th one, 4th one, 3rd one, second one, first one, home bass. Now all it really is now is just combining them, like making up your own. You can go, so and like in the background as I'm doing this, as I'm playing this, try doing this. Try going from the first to the second one to the third one. Try doing that. Try doing it like this. So hold on. Try doing that as I'm playing this. Start now. Start whenever you want. Now try combining like all of them, or however you want, or just go down like this. You can play them like that if you want, like both of them at the same time, or just like this, or one by one. And don't worry, like, right now it might sound like crap, but just listen to a bunch of songs. I'm gonna change the chord. We're still in the key of G. We're still in the key of G. This is for you guys to practice, you know. Remember, patterns of 2s. These two are right next to each other. And remember, the home bass, this is all relative. to the home bass. Relative as in these revolve around the home bass. If the song is in a different key, it'll be different. It'll be the same what do you call it, shapes, ¿verdad? These two. The same shapes, but not the same frets. Get it? We won't be using the same frets if the song is in a different key. Alright, now let's change keys. Now let's try a song in the key of A. Now remember, if you're playing, you wanna, with a bunch of guys or girls, and the song is in A, the Ranchera song. Alright, now where do I start? Remember how when the song was in the key of G, we had to find the G. And the G was right there. Now, if you don't know, what the notes are, find a diagram, on Google or something, or you can just, you know how you're in tune, right? E, A, D, G, B, E. There's also a pattern here. So, that's E, right? By itself. The bottom string is E by itself. If you hit the first fret, that's F. If you go up to the second fret, that's F sharp. Over here is, third fret is G, G sharp, and so on. And then, the fifth fret right here on the bottom string, that's A. So E by itself, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. And there's the A. So, and remember, it's a home bass chord. So if you were to start playing a little requinto, you would use that first shape. So there's your index finger already there. Now your middle finger right there. And that would be on the 6th fret and on the 3rd string. Same thing, just like the G home bass. The A is right here on the 5th fret. Same thing. Now, and then it's the same pattern too. Right next to this one, if you remember, like G, is one like this. That's the second shape. Now, remember, pattern of 2s. Right next, the 3rd one would be, skip a fret right there. And that's on the 9th fret. And this is the 7th fret. Back to home bass, the A. A right here. And then we're using the first shape. This first shape. This is the second shape. This is the second shape. And this is the first shape. Second shape. First shape. Kind of like that, yeah, you know what I'm saying. 7th fret, the 3rd one is on the 9th fret. 4th one, right next to this one. Back to the first shape, In this case, your index finger is on the 10th fret, and your middle finger is on the 11th fret. And pattern of 2s, so there's another one like this right next to it. So right there. If you want to continue going up, it's to the 2nd shape again. This is the, 14th fret. Remember pattern of 2, so there's another one right next to it. Skip a fret. And that is, what the hell it is, 14, 15, 16th fret. Now I think that's enough right there. Good, now go back down. 14th fret. Go down. Ninth fret. Back to the home bass. The only exception to the pattern of 2s is if you were to go down on the home bass, like down, like this way instead of that way. it wouldn't be it wouldn't be another one of these like that. It would be instead it would be another the second shape. Seventh fret, ninth fret, seventh fret, and then fifth and sixth fret, which is the home bass. And that's how you would play the requintos to a song if you decided, because you get to choose where to play the requinto. In this case, I'm teaching you guys how to use the first and third string, and I just showed you the patterns for if a song was in the key of A or if the song was in the key of G. This is the G home chord. And well, if the song changes to A, if it's a song in A, it's right here. That's the home bass. And the rest is the same. The rest it's a pattern. One of these, the first one, is the first shape, and then the pattern continues. Two of these right next to each other. Well, not right next to each other. These skip a fret all the time. And then it goes back to the first shape. And then there's another one right next to this one. Going back down. Skip a fret, back to 7th fret, back to home for the key of A. Alright, so that's G and A. And remember, this works for all of them. You just have to find where the root note is. We found G right here. This is G. This is A. 5th fret. And you guys gotta know this, This, you remember, E by itself, F. If the song was in F, the key of F, you would start there, right there. So the home bass chord is like this. Your finger right there, like that, boom, boom, boom. If the song was in F, it's like this. And the rest of the pattern is the same. Remember? So right next to that one is the second shape right here. We're on the 3rd fret right here. And there's another one of these, but you skip a fret right there, right there. And right next to this one is back to the first shape. Just go down, 5th fret, 3rd fret, and this is F. Back to F, home chord. And F, like this. And, the song would be like this. Or, like for F or G, G. Or really fast. So, and then A. Alright, and so you just gotta know, if you because remember in the beginning of the video I said there's 4 ways. I mean, there's more than that, but I'm teaching you 4 ways to how to play requintos. So the first way, which I just taught you, is using the 1st and 3rd string. The Second way would be to use the second and fourth string. Third way would be to use the bottom two strings. The fourth way would be to use the second and third strings. And I just taught you guys how to use the first and third string. And just like, and the pattern's the same, you know, just like I taught you. F. What the hell am I doing? Alright, F, you know, E by itself is E, F. Now you know how E, like this, if the song was in E, that's by itself, you would be like, okay, well, where do I start? You know, probably, like, see this right here? E, imagine there's another fret. Imagine this is another fret right here, but it's already being pressed on. And E, that's, you know, you're trying to requinto and requintear an E, and like, you know, there's E, so that's where I should start, right? And you could start there, but there's another more practical way, cause you know how, you know, well, for E, for instance, and like if the song was in D, and you wanted to use those strings, the first and third string, D is all the way over here. Hold on, yeah. 10th fret, on the 10th fret. And you only have so much room left, you know? The 10th fret, that's D. And you only have so much room left. Well, that's why the second way I'm about to teach you in the next video uses the second and fourth string. And that's just like the second and fourth string. It's the same thing as the first and third string, same pattern. Just think of it as an extension, like an extension to the fret, like it's longer. So, you know, because if the song is in D and you decided to use these, which you can, if you want, it sounds nice. I used this on my song that I recorded with my friend Alejandra on Por un Amor. But I didn't go like all the way up here. That's why there's the second and fourth string to help me out. It's an extension. It's just in a lower octave, you know? It's lower instead of higher, you know, high pitched. It's just an extension. Cause you know, the notes will start repeating. You know, this is E. You know, go all the way up to the 12th fret, and it's back to E again. And the whole thing repeats, but it's in this guitar, it stops right there. The notes continuously repeat. So E, F, F sharp, G. What is it? G sharp, A sharp, B, C. There's B sharp is C. You know, B, C, but you know, nobody refers it to B sharp. It's just C, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, and we're back to E again. E on the 12th fret, and by itself is E. But this E right here is lower octave than the 12th fret. This is higher. It's the same note, right? Higher pitched though. I'm just teaching you guys theory now. Alright. So next video, you know, I hope I taught you guys well. If I didn't, please let me know. Next video, I'm going to teach how to use the second and fourth string. Which is the same thing as the first and third string. It's just, you know, finding the home note. And you know how if you're using the first and third string, you have to find the home note using the bottom string. Well, in the second way that I'm about to teach you in the next video, you're gonna have to find the home note using the second string. That string. But that's it. 35 minutes long. Damn.